The Buddha identifies the misconduct of the tongue as one of the 5 precepts in the Eightfold Path. And this vice, millennia later, still exists as a ubiquitous problem that, like a tick, burrows in the skin of, taints the blood of, and festers in the soul of its victim, unrelenting in its ways, corrupting within our society, and inflicting upon our rationality, insipidity, and vacuousness, which, in turn, strips us of our communicative and contemplative functions. And over time, it becomes all too comfortable as it finds its way into our everyday interactions. We are powerless against this Latin evil, and we know not of when we are consumed by it, for we feel the urge to act upon it, failing to consider what we really are doing. Having not yet come to terms with themselves, having not yet established their place with their peers, and having not yet stipulated the trifles whereof they speak, the youth of today have failed incommensurably to understand that to which they put their input. Whensoever this problem has arisen goes beyond me, inasmuch as the prevalence of this particular epidemic is considered universal for this time. It is due, possibly, to the increasing globalization of texting, a form of communication that has undermined the fundamentals of language, both socially and digitally, leading to the utter disregard of and complete ignorance of proper conversation and the destructive neglect of conventions and grammar, which, in turn, has created countless neologisms, limitless acronyms, and egregious shorthand, all of which has stemmed from technology, which, since the tech culture of today, is influenced so much by it. So what exactly is the misconduct of the tongue in which I referred? To what extent does misconduct reach in relation to the tongue? The prattle with which I concern myself is that consisting of no practical value, of no constructive merit, or, specifically, language used not for the betterment of the individual, it as their character, or for their rationality, or for empty entertainment, it as the consumption of time or that regarding external matters, as diurnal occurrences and social conflicts. When speaking of the former, I speak of right conduct. Speech used to further one's morals and virtues, or to further one's thoughts and ideas, as these can be considered constructive, insofar as it provides the interlocutors to engage in discourse that will have a lasting effect, whereas engaging in the latter provides no such resolution. Proper usage of speech, then, consists of structured, formal talk, which will benefit not just the talker, but the listener. The useful benefit being the capacity to expand upon ideas, not the capacity to inquire into the happenings of another's business, found so commonly in the chatter of those not practiced aright in the art of conversation. And what is to dissuade us from said prattle, to inspire us to partake in constructive dialogue? Just as it is the job of the mother to nurse and raise her children and not the opposite, so too does conversation stimulate and enlighten, not the opposite. It is a shame when the mother chastises and abuses her young, just like when discussion dulls and deteriorates the minds of the We must refrain from reducing ourselves to useless talk, evidently, as, like a car with no engine, it will stall, it will remain idle, and will get us nowhere. Its only success being a waste of our time, precious time.
Thank you so much, Charles Atkins. Give it up. Thank you, thank you. Please come present. We accept everybody as long as you.
And what exactly does this look like? While I hearken to the frivolous matters discussed nowadays, I cannot help but ask why. It is like a burning in my mind, not exactly a physical sensation, but a yearning, a desire for something that will bear fruit, which can be consumed and then digested. And like the natural desire of hunger, it will continue in a cycle. Of what use is talking about the small matters of your day? Of talking negatively of those who have wronged you in the slightest offense, of colluding viciously behind the backs of your friends, of complaining incessantly of that which has no effect on you, or of that that rests outside of your control. To what end does this lead? So, in my moments of velleity, I ask of myself and of my peers, Where is the excitement, the passion? Where is the intense fervor we so frequently seek in life? Since this life is limited, it is this time of conversation, time of being with friends, that we should exchange not playful persiflage, but controversial confrontation, debate. For as much as engaging in unilateral conversation bears no seeds, merely fruits, it is the seed from which ideas burgeon, which we desire. For the fruit will, in time, come. But it is the journey, not the destination, that matters, so far as the learning, the stimulation, comes directly from discourse. From conflict comes resolution, not the other way around. Insomuch that, like a student, our learning comes not from the finished paper, but the computation of it. Indeed, a better use of our time would be to use discussing big ideas. Ideas that will inspire the aforesaid debate, considering it creates a connection between those involved and will hook them. We should be debating philosophy, history, politics, values, psychology. We should be debating the arts of the free man, for we, after all, are free, and thus we desire a fulfillment of our needs. How one should act, ethically, should take precedence over what minor misadventure one has committed one fateful day, every time, seeing as the former is practical, whereas the latter is trivial and should be kept to oneself. Such is the nature of prattle.
Thank you so much, Charles Atkins. Give it up for Charles.